For years, there's been this quiet conflict brewing between YouTube and, well, millions of us. The grand prize? A feature that seems so simple: background audio. And guess what? That quiet conflict just got very, very loud.
So tell me if this sounds familiar. You're listening to something on YouTube, maybe on Brave or Firefox, you lock your phone, and poof, silence. Yeah, it's not a bug and you're not going crazy. We're going to break down exactly what Google did and, more importantly, why. And hey, if you want to stay on top of these tech battles, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button for @BrandTechOff right now. It really helps. Okay, so first, let's set the scene. For the longest time, there was this kind of unspoken deal. YouTube would officially say, hey, background play is for premium members only. But millions of us had found these clever little workarounds, right? Using different browsers, different apps. It was a stalemate, a silent agreement. And you don't have to look far to see why this silent agreement existed in the first place. I mean, just look at what people are saying online. It's pretty blunt. A ton of users just feel that YouTube Premium is a straight-up ripoff. The math just doesn't add up for them, so the free workarounds always won. And this right here, this is a huge one. So many people feel like background play isn't a premium feature at all. It's a basic quality of life thing that should just work. It feels like a feature that was taken away only to be sold back to you. So because of that feeling, what did people do? They helped each other out. It became this open secret. Communities were built around sharing these loopholes. And browsers like Brave, they became the go-to weapon in this fight, not just for ads, but specifically for getting that free background audio. But here's the thing. Don't for a second think YouTube was just sitting in the dark, clueless. No way. This chart, which looks like something straight from an internal meeting, shows they knew everything. Look right here, under lack of incentive, they literally call out existing alternatives. And get this, hacks such as ad blocker, oh, they knew. They knew exactly what we were all doing. So this delicate balance existed for years. Users had their tricks, YouTube knew about the tricks, and then, one day, YouTube decided to flip the whole board over. The truce was officially off. And just like that, without any warning at all, the workarounds just stopped working. The internet completely lit up. Reddit, Twitter, tech forums, everyone was reporting the same thing. Brave, Firefox, you name it, background play was dead. And it became clear really fast, this wasn't some random bug. This was a deliberate, coordinated attack from YouTube servers. And what happened next was this frantic digital game of cat and mouse. YouTube would push a change to block a method, and then developers and users would scramble to find a new way around it. It was a full-on tech arms race. This table here is basically a live dispatch from the front lines. It shows a user testing out different Firefox extensions in real time, and you can just see the chaos. Some were working, some were broken, some were inconsistent. It was a mess, and developers were in a constant battle to keep up. So let's be super clear about what was lost basically overnight. The old way, you lock your screen, the audio keeps playing, you've got controls right there. The new reality, you lock your screen and boom, silence within seconds. The media controls just disappear. The free workaround was gone. For a minute there, people held out hope. Maybe it's a bug, maybe it's just a test and they'll roll it back. Well, it didn't take long for Google to step in and crush that hope completely. And there you have it. The official word. It was all on purpose. They were closing the loopholes to ensure consistency. You gotta love that corporate speak, right? Consistency is just a nice way of saying, we want you to pay. So, the battle was over, but it left a huge question. Why? Why fight so hard over this one little feature? Well, as it almost always does, the answer comes down to money. And we are not talking about a little bit of money. We're talking about a financial incentive so huge that it justifies going to war with your own user base. So first, let's just get our bearings. In 2022, YouTube made over $29 billion from ads alone. It is an absolute monster of a business. But believe it or not, that's not where the real money is. Because here's the wild part. Out of 2.6 billion users, almost nobody actually pays for premium. Look at that tiny little sliver, just 3%. Now, if you're a YouTube executive, you don't see that as a failure. You see that giant 97% chunk as a massive untapped gold mine. Okay, let's do the math. An average person just watching ads, like most of us, they make YouTube about $3 and change every quarter. Not a lot,
But hey, it adds up when you multiply it by billions. But a single person who pays for premium, they bring in over $33 in that same amount of time. The difference is just staggering. And this right here, this chart is the smoking gun. This is the entire reason for the war. One premium subscriber is worth more than 10 free users. Every single person they can force to switch from a free workaround to a paid subscription is a tenfold, a 1,000% revenue increase from that one person. Now it all makes sense, right? That's worth fighting for. So YouTube won the battle. They shut down the workarounds. But does that mean they've won the war? Because this game of cat and mouse, it's not over. It's just evolving. And that's the real question we have to ask. Can you really win a war against your own users? I mean, when you strong-arm people into paying for something they've had for free for years, that builds a lot of resentment. Can that strategy really work in the long run?
So this is where we're at now. It's a two-front war. On one side, they've got the stick, cracking down hard on ad blockers and background play. But on the other, they're trying to use the carrot, building out new exclusive premium features to try and actually tempt you into subscribing. The big question is, which one is going to work? Will users finally give in and pay up? Or will they just find a new workaround, a new battlefield, and a new way to fight back?